We've got everything we need. The gear is top-notch and we've prepared for every possible scenario. This is going to be an adventure of a lifetime.
I hope this isn't a mistake. I mean, we've heard the stories, right? Strange noises, eerie lights. What if something goes wrong?
Come on, Sarah. What's life without a little adventure? Remember, we promised ourselves we'd push our limits this year. This is just the beginning.
The sun set, casting long shadows across the rocky landscape. The sky turned a deep orange, then purple, as the day gave way to night. As the friends stood at the cave entrance, hearts pounding, they could feel the weight of the unknown pressing down on them. The stories they'd heard played on their minds, but the thrill of discovery was too strong to resist. They'd heard stories, strange occurrences, eerie sounds, but the thrill of the unknown was too tempting. The cave had a reputation, and they were determined to uncover its secrets. John checked their gear, trying to sound confident, while Sarah eyed the darkness with apprehension. "Everything's in place," John said, though his voice wavered slightly. Sarah took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. Ben laughed, lightening the mood, but Kira felt a chill as she stared into the cave's depths. "It's just a cave," Ben said. "Nothing we can't handle." Kira nodded, but the unease lingered. With a deep breath, they switched on their headlamps and stepped inside, leaving safety behind. The transition from daylight to darkness was abrupt, and the cave swallowed them whole. The air grew cooler. The walls glowed with strange fungi, and every footstep echoed in the silence. The bioluminescent fungi cast an eerie glow, illuminating their path in an otherworldly light. Excitement faded, replaced by a creeping sense of unease. The deeper they went, the more oppressive the darkness became. Every sound seemed amplified, every shadow more menacing. They pressed on, driven by curiosity and the promise of discovery.
Stay close. The walls seem to close in tighter with every step, and the darkness feels almost alive, pressing against our backs. Every footfall echoes, bouncing off the stone and reminding us just how deep we are beneath the surface. The only comfort is the presence of the group, each of us clinging to the hope that together, we can face whatever lies ahead.
This place is like a horror movie set. Shadows twist and dance on the walls, and every corner seems to hide a secret. The silence is broken only by the drip of water and the occasional scuffle of unseen creatures. It's hard not to imagine something lurking just out of sight, waiting for us to let our guard down.
Did you hear that? It sounded like something moving, maybe a rock shifting or something else entirely. My heart is pounding, and I can see the fear mirrored in everyone's eyes. Every sound is amplified in the darkness, making it impossible to tell what's real and what's just our imagination running wild.
The cave twisted endlessly, its passages winding deeper and deeper into the earth. Strange fungi glowed faintly on the walls, casting an eerie light that only made the shadows seem darker. The path ahead was uncertain, and every turn brought new mysteries and new dangers. Their headlamps barely piercing the darkness, the explorers moved cautiously, each beam of light revealing more of the unknown. The darkness seemed to swallow the light, making it feel as though the cave itself was resisting their intrusion. Every step forward was a battle against the overwhelming sense of isolation. The air was thick with earth and something metallic, as if the cave itself was alive. Moisture clung to the walls, and a faint mist hung in the air, making it difficult to breathe. The scent was sharp and unfamiliar, a constant reminder that this was a world untouched by sunlight or time. Every sense was heightened. The cold seeped into their bones, and the silence was so complete it was almost deafening. Even the smallest sound, a pebble skittering, a breath drawn too sharply, felt like a thunderclap in the oppressive quiet. John led, adrenaline surging, but couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. He glanced over his shoulder more than once, half expecting to see something lurking in the shadows. The responsibility of leading weighed heavily on him, and every decision felt critical. Sarah's nerves frayed as the darkness pressed in. She tried to steady her breathing, but the claustrophobic space made her chest tighten. Memories of stories about people lost in caves flashed through her mind, and she fought to keep panic at bay. Ben's jokes faded as tension mounted. The usual banter that kept spirits high was gone, replaced by a heavy silence. Each member of the group was lost in their own thoughts, wondering what they might find, or what might find them in the darkness. Kira suddenly stopped, her voice trembling, and the group paused, listening to a faint rustling echo. The sound was so soft it was almost lost in the stillness, but it sent a chill down their spines. No one dared to speak, afraid that any noise might draw unwanted attention. They pressed on, dread growing with every step. The cave seemed to close in around them, the walls narrowing and the ceiling dropping lower. Each step forward was a test of courage, and the weight of the unknown pressed down on them all. Unseen eyes seemed to follow, and regret crept in. The explorers wondered if they had gone too far, if the secrets of the cave were meant to stay hidden. But turning back was not an option. Not now, not when the heart of darkness was so close.
Ben, are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We should turn back. This place gives me the creeps, and it's getting worse the deeper we go.
The deeper they went, the stranger things became. Shadows danced on the walls, creating eerie shapes that seemed almost alive. The air hummed with whispers, faint and indistinct, as if the cave itself was trying to communicate with them. Sarah noticed Ben's distant look. His usual humor was gone, replaced by a haunted expression. He seemed to be listening to something only he could hear, his eyes darting around nervously. John watched, uneasy, as Kira grew more anxious. She kept glancing over her shoulder, as if expecting something to emerge from the shadows at any moment. Kira's calm was gone. She whispered about turning back, her voice trembling. But John was determined to press on, convinced that they were close to discovering something important. The whispers grew louder, confusing their thoughts and making it hard to concentrate. It was as if the cave was trying to drive them mad. Reality blurred with illusion as the cave pulsed with a life of its own. Shadows seemed to move independently, and the walls appeared to shift and breathe. Despite their fear, the friends felt an inexplicable pull, drawing them deeper into the cave. It was as if an unseen force was guiding them, making it impossible to turn back. Unease thickened, and dread settled in. Every step felt heavier, and the sense of impending doom grew stronger. Something terrible felt inevitable, lurking just beyond the edge of their perception.
What was that?
We need to get out of here.
Suddenly, darkness swallowed them as their headlamps died. Panic erupted. They fumbled for flashlights as a guttural growl echoed. Huddled together, they listened as the sound drew closer, followed by a strange, melodic humming. John felt something probing his thoughts, the sensation growing stronger. The cave seemed alive, reaching for them. As they turned to flee, their flashlights revealed a creature, tall, slender, with ember-like eyes. Its presence overwhelmed them, compelling obedience. The creature's gaze pierced their minds. They realized, horrified, it was inside their heads. Escape seemed impossible. The creature's suffocating presence unraveled their trust. Each friend fought the creature's influence, but it was a losing battle.
We should stay.
Sarah, snap out of it!
The creature had her in its grip. Sarah's rationality vanished. Ben and Kira watched, horrified as Sarah changed before their eyes. Fear and suspicion replaced trust as the creature's control grew. They had to break free before time ran out. Amid chaos, a shocking truth emerged. Kira realized Ben had been under the creature's influence from the start.
My mind raced as I pieced it together. The creature used Ben to lure us deeper.
The betrayal cut deep.
I didn't know. I didn't realize what was happening.
The damage was done. The creature's plan was in motion.
With new resolve, we devised a plan. Use the creature's tactics against it.
Risky, but our only chance. The stakes were high, but we had to try. Outwitting the creature was their only hope. Survival depended on it. We huddled, whispering our plan. Surprise was our only advantage.
The creature's influence grew stronger by the second.
We had to act fast.
We nodded, determined to fight together.
The cave felt like it was closing in, but we pressed on.
On my signal, we sprang into action. Our sudden move caught the creature off guard, its control faltering.
We seized the opening, fighting desperately. Breaking free was our only goal.
The creature roared, power surging as it fought to regain control. But the friends were relentless, refusing to give in.
We won't let you win!
Got it, Ben. Stay close.
Their unity became their strength. Each move synchronized. The creature faltered, unable to break their bond. With a final roar, it retreated into the shadows. The friends stood together, victorious and changed. Emerging from the cave, the weight of their ordeal lifted. The world outside felt brighter, full of possibility.
We did it.
Their expressions mixed relief and exhaustion. The creature had shown them the power of friendship and unity. Its memory would linger, a reminder of their bond forged in darkness. Together, they were ready for whatever came next. Let me know if you need further tightening or adjustments.